finding whatever props you are using. If you are using blocks, if you've got a strap, a band, whatever you use for that. If you don't have blocks, you can use a stack of books, you can use pillows. And then if you want to use pillows and blankets for your practice today, or if you need to be up against a wall, or if you're using a chair for even today's practice, grab whatever you need for that. And then an eye pillow, have that within reaching distance. So today, let's go ahead and start off on our backs and have one block within reaching distance that you can grab. And then as we are on our backs, if you are using a pillow or a blanket to sit on, you can also use this underneath your low back, especially if you've got some low back issues. Or I kind of like to use it under my low back because it tilts my chest down and I get more of like almost an inversion feeling. My head, like my heart, or head lower than the heart. Or it can just be feeling good on your low back, or you don't have to be having anything there at all. So whatever feels best for you, just for these few beginning moments of our practice today. But we're on our backs. You've got a block within reaching distance. We're not going to use it quite yet. We've got our knees bent, and let's go ahead and take our right hand, place our right hand on our belly, left hand on forehead. And we are doing this to kind of help ground ourselves into the present and then into ourselves, actually. So you have that interoception going on where you are actually feeling what's going on with your body. So we've got hand on forehead, other hand on belly, and we're going to add in our breath. So let's go ahead and inhale it deeply here. And exhale it out. So that hand on the belly or the diaphragm, so wherever you want it, if you want it on that upper rib cage or lower belly, you are able to feel that lifting and lowering of the belly or of the ribs. And then hand on the forehead is just there for, like, it's a very soothing thing. The hand going across the forehead or being just gently on the forehead. That's a very primal, soothing touch. So we'll do another breath here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And this is just to bring us to the present moment, bring us to today's practice. And you can make that breath as slow as you want and as big as you want. Good, let's switch the hands. So let's go and take our left hand to our belly, right hand to our forehead. And let's do those two breaths again. So inhale it deeply here. And exhale it out. And you can be even like I am making that noise with the breath on the way out. That is sometimes called ocean breath because it does sound like the ocean when you are pushing that breath out. Let's do one more breath here. Inhale it deeply. And you can do that ocean breath out by pursing your lips or having your tongue up against the back of your teeth. It's just slowing things down, quieting things, preparing yourself for the practice today. Good. So if you can release those hands. If you do have something underneath your low back, let's go ahead and move that off to the side now. So now that our back can be nice and flat, let's reach behind our right thigh and we're going to just gently bring that right knee into our chest or bring that right leg into our chest. And we are reaching behind the thigh so that we aren't putting any pressure on the knee joint. If you want to reach on top of your shin, you can do that as well. Just make sure that the hand doesn't crawl up towards the knee joint. We want this either behind on that back of the thigh or on that shin bone. Those are safe places to have that. And just pulling that in. And as that leg is lifted and pulled in towards the chest, let's go ahead and rotate the ankle. Very nice. And you can begin to become aware of your breathing, aware of your breath, finding a rhythm for yourself, and then rotate that the other way. So rotating ankle the other way, opposite direction. Good. And maybe you're feeling this like for some reason when I switched direction, woo, that went right into my low back. Very interesting. So recognizing where you might be feeling this at. Good. Let's go ahead and release that leg. And now let's grab behind that left thigh. So behind the left thigh on that hamstring, pulling that left leg in. Just pull that in. And maybe you want to move that leg a little bit, moving that leg in the joint. Maybe you're rotating that in a little bit of a circle. And then let's go ahead and rotate that ankle here. So now we've got the left ankle rotating, warming that left ankle up, rotating that around. You're still breathing here, still nice breath. And then go ahead and rotate that the opposite direction, going the other way. And this side, don't feel anything. So interesting how one side, maybe you feel it. Other side, it's like, nah, nothing. So just recognizing what's going on with your own body today. Good. And then release that. So I said, put a block within your arm's distance. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I meant like, I didn't make, yeah, your strap. So if you can grab your strap with your foot or your hand, grab your strap. That's what I was wanting to use. Because I'm so used to using that block when we go down for our bridges. But actually, let's use our strap for right now. So grab your strap. Let's take that strap now around that right foot. So we've pulled that right leg into our torso. And now let's go ahead and pull that back into the torso again. That strap is around that foot. And then from here, let's go ahead and press that leg up. And you can straighten it as much as feels comfortable. Remember, our muscles are super pulled still. So if your leg doesn't straighten, that is okay. But that's all we want right here. Is we just want that leg lifted and you have control over that strap and you are able to pull that leg towards you till you feel that nice extension and stretch in the hamstring and in the calf. Let's go ahead and point the toe here and flex the foot and point the toe and flex the foot. Now, we're going to keep a hold of that strap, lower that straight leg down, and lift that straight leg up. So let's go ahead and lower this down again and lift this up. Let's add in that breath. Inhale it down and exhale, lift. Inhale it down and exhale, lift. Wonderful. Good. Let's release that. Let's take that strap around the left foot. Pull, bring that knee in or that leg in to the chest. And then same thing on this side. Let's go ahead and press up through that leg. And again, maybe your leg doesn't straighten. Mine's not straightening. My legs are like, what? We're not warm yet. Nope. So you've got that nice long leg here. And maybe point the toe and flex the foot. And point the toe and flex the foot. Good. Ooh, feeling that in the calf on that side. All right, now we're still holding onto that strap. Let's lower that leg, straight leg, and pull that in. And lower that down and pull that in. Good. Inhale it down and exhale, lift. Inhale it down and exhale, lift. Good. Let's go ahead and release that. Very nice. All right. Windshield wipers while we're laying down. So we're going to drop those knees from side to side. Don't worry, we'll do our regular windshield wipers later. But just dropping this from side to side, engaging. Now we're engaging low back. We're engaging that waist, hip flexors. Legs are still kind of in that warm-up zone. Good. And then go ahead and drop both of those knees over to one side. Take your arms out into that T position. So whatever side your legs are, so my legs are pointed over to the right, I'm going to look to my left. So I'm going to take my head and look it to the left hand, just so that we get this nice twisting of that entire torso. Ooh, this is such a good stretch right there in those front quads too. Good, let's bring those legs back to center. Drop those knees over to the other side. So now my knees are over to the left. I'm going to look to my right. So now I'm looking to that opposite side, opposite hand. Looking to the right. Oh, yeah. It's so interesting how just the simple movement of the neck can change where you feel things in different parts of the body. So again, just that recognition. And let's bring this back to center. Very good. Drop your knees over to the side facing me. Let's bring ourselves up. And we're going to bring ourselves all the way up into a simple cross leg. If you need to sit on something for your simple cross leg, feel free to do that. I think this, just stay on the floor. So we've got this nice simple cross leg pose, sitting ourselves up tall. Let's go ahead and inhale and sweep this up here. And exhale it down. Good. Inhale and lift. And exhale it down. Inhale and lift. As we exhale, we're going to drop our right hand down, reach over with the left. Let's keep our left glute, left leg, left hip, pressing down towards the floor. Very nice. Inhale it here and exhale it out. Let's windmill this arm. So we're going to windmill our left arm behind us. Right hand is going to go to that left thigh. And yes, our nice little spinal twist. Not our first spinal twist, because we did our spinal twisting on the ground already on our flat backs with our windshield wiper legs. Oh, but this upper body twist is really good. I don't know about you. I'm feeling it. Very nice. All right, bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep this up. Let's drop our left hand down. Reach our right arm over. Let's keep that right glute, right leg planted into the floor. And breathe. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Good. Let's windmill the arm down. Left arm to that right thigh. Twisting. Oh, that's good. Twisting to the side. Feeling that. I'm feeling it up and down my spine. That is very good. Inhale it here. And exhale it out. And big deep inhale. And exhale that out. Good. Bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind you. If this is not available to you, if your shoulders or chest is not going to let you, that strap's right there. Feel free to use that. You can wrap those hands around that strap and use that strap behind you and hold that, or a towel or a washcloth, whatever you can hold on to behind you. Or you've got those hands clasped, or you're reaching for your wrists, but opening that up. Good. Let's go ahead and look to the right and look to the left. Head back to center, drop our chin to chest. And then lift our head to center, bend at our elbows, hands over to our right waist, and let's squeeze that elbow back towards our spine. Good. Opening that shoulder capsule right there. And then let's switch sides. So let's take this over to that other side. So over to the left side, elbow goes back towards the spine. Shoulder capsule opening right there. Oh, that's good. And then release that, shake that out. Nice. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top. Press our palms towards the ceiling. You can exhale this here. And let's lengthen up through the torso, through the spine, through the rib cage. We got our sigh breath here. So let's inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. And inhale deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. Release our hands. Let's take that left hand again to that right thigh. Right thumb follows our spine down. And let's do another spinal twist, a little deeper this time, to the right. Got a deeper spinal twist here. Holding onto that thigh, using that as leverage to twist deeply into this. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. Bringing ourselves back to center. Inhale it up and exhale. Let's take it to the other side. So left arm or right arm goes across the left thigh. Left thumb follows our spine down. Let's get twisted right into this. Oh yeah. And breathe it deeply here. Inhale it. And exhale. And big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. And release that. Very nice. All right. Windshield wipers sitting up. So let's go ahead and lean ourselves back. Our fingers are facing towards our feet, towards our legs. We can take our legs as wide as our hips or wider, whatever feels best for you. And let's go ahead and drop this from side to side. And now we feel this way more in the hip flexors. This is way more hip focused. And shoulder because we are leaning back. So, but yes, way more hip focused than when we were on our backs. And that was more back focused. So now we've got those legs windshield wipe from side to side. Let's go ahead and keep our right leg in front. Nice big zigzag. Sit ourselves up tall. Twist to the left first. So a tall twist to the left. And then let's do that big twist to the right. So, so good. Big twist to the right. Oh. And again, if you're hyper flexible, then maybe your hip and glute are on the floor still. If you have regular joints, then your hip and glute are probably lifted, and it's very normal. Good, just twisting that. Normal is quote unquote, so it's whatever is working for your body today and however your flexibility is. Again, I do know the hyper flexible people that are like, how are you even doing that? And they're like, I don't know, it's just my normal thing. And it's like, it's amazing. And let's go and bring this back to center. And let's twist quick for 4 to the right. So take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last 1 and center. Good. Now let's go ahead and square our torso right over our front thigh. So we're going to square that over. Our hands are going to go on the outside. You can be on your hands or you can go down to your elbows. And we've got, this is a baby, itty bitty baby just hatched pigeon. So we're just right here in this little pigeon stretching through that front hip. So that right hip right here. Good. And breathing. If your flexibility wants you to, or you will allow you to, you can be laying all the way out too. So again, it's wherever your practice is taking you today. Let's bring ourselves back up, lean ourselves back, and windshield wiper again. So taking that from side to side, waking up those hip flexors even more. Very good. And let's take that left leg in front. So we've got our left zigzag, sit ourselves up tall, twisting to the right first. So a tall twist to the right. And then our big twist to the left. Oh, so good in this big twist. You can use those hands on the ground as leverage to twist you deeply into this. Comfortably and comfortable. Let's inhale it here. And exhale it out. And inhale it here. And exhale it out. Let's bring it back to center and twist quick for 4. Take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And 1 and center. Good. Let's go ahead and square our torso right over our front thigh. Lean into this. You're either on hands, elbows, or all the way down. But trying to do the same thing on this side that you did on the other side. So trying to get to that same space, place, and breathing it here. We've got this tiny baby pigeon because we're going to be doing our full pigeon later on when we get into our sun salutations. We'll be adding in that full pigeon. Yeah. And breathing it here. Very nice. And bring ourselves up. Good. Go ahead and lean this back again. Let's take our legs nice and long. Actually, let's keep our knees bent, keep our feet flexed, reach up through our arms, and let's go ahead and hinge this forward. So we're lengthening here, shoulders are away from our ears. Inhale and lift, and exhale and hinge. Inhale and lift, and exhale and hinge. Good. Inhale and lift. We're going to keep this lifted here. Release our arms down as we exhale. So now we're in a boat. So we are in this nice boat pose, this nice core engagement. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Keep our shoulders down and away. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And one more time. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Bring our arms behind us. Fingers are facing towards our feet. Let's go into reverse table. So planting our feet, let's lift our pelvis up. Lifting this up, nice reverse table. One of my favorites for those arms. I just love the stretch in the bicep and shoulders here. And I love the power in the legs to hold that core up. So we've got ourselves up in this reverse table. Our neck is nice and relaxed and neutral. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Release that down. Simple cross leg. Hinge this forward so you get that nice opposing stretch. And if your arms or hands were starting to fall asleep, that's okay. Very normal. It's just the little impingement of the nerves as we're moving through things. You woke them back up just now. All right, so going back into reverse table or reverse plank. So it's up to you. I'm taking my legs long into a reverse plank. If that's not available too, if you find yourself sinking into this, then go ahead and take yourself back into that table because it's still a very strong and supportive exercise. It's still a strong and supportive pose that you are building strength. So we're taking ourselves, lifting our pelvis up into either that reverse plank or that reverse table. Very strong here, and we are breathing. Inhale it deeply here and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Drop that pelvis down. Simple cross leg once again. Hinge this forward. And then release that. Let's lengthen through those legs. Find our staff pose. So our most difficult pose in any of the practice is the staff pose because we have to engage that core. Lengthen up through this, flex through our feet. Core is what's holding us up. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Release that down. Bring our right leg in. Right leg comes in. Give that a nice big hug. Similar to what we did in our warm-up. Let's take that leg over. Wrap that left arm around right. And let's twist right here and breathe. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Twist it to the other side. So now twisting towards the left. And you can have that elbow on like to the inside of the knee with that hand up, or you can be just wrapped around. Breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Lengthen back through this staff pose again. 2 breaths here. Inhale it deep. And exhale it out. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Release those arms. Bring our left leg in. Left leg comes into that chest, to that torso. Hug that in. Good. Let's go ahead and take that left over right. Wrap that right arm around, twisting it to the left. And breathe. Keep that right foot nice and flexed and active. Inhale it here. And exhale it. Good. Let's twist that towards the inside. So twisting the other way. So twisting to the right. Breathe it here. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Bring that back to center. Very nice. grab that block. So hopefully that block is within reaching distance. Grabbing that block between the knees. Let's take ourselves down onto our backs for some bridge work, strengthening that back. Arms by our sides. We're going to lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling and then lower that pelvis down towards the floor. Let's add breath in with this. So we're going to inhale and lift this up and exhale and lower this down. Inhale and lift this up and exhale and lower this down. I love using the block with this because it keeps our alignment, and because we're having to hold that block, your inner thighs are automatically engaged. Let's inhale and lift this up and exhale it down. We're going to inhale, lift this up and hold. So holding in this strong bridge, you can exhale as we are holding this. So go ahead and let that breath out while we are holding up in this nice strong bridge. Holding it here. We're going to hold it here for 6 breath cycle. So let's inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Big deep inhale and exhale it out. Make sure that alignment is good. Make sure those feet are planted. Inhale it deeply. We're on that 3rd breath. And exhale it out. Again, deep inhale. And exhale it out. 2 more breaths here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And 1 more breath. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Very nice. Drop that pelvis to the floor. Very good. You can release that block. Drop our knees over to one side. Take ourselves up onto all fours. So we're going to come up onto our quadruped position, or all fours, on our hands and knees. And we've got some cat and cow. So let's go ahead and drop that belly to the floor, eyes to the sky. Inhale. And round our spine, chin to chest. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. Round that spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. Round that spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. Round that spine. Exhale. And drop that belly. Inhale. And round that spine. Exhale. Good. Flatten through that back. We're going to stretch through the shoulder. So let's lift our right arm up, lifting this up off to the side, and we're going to thread the needle through, take our temple to the floor, or the side of the forehead down to the floor, and you can have both palms on the floor, or if you want to wrap this, you can take that top arm and wrap that around so that you're reaching for your thigh. It's your right thigh. I'm trying to figure out right and left. Right thigh, maybe you're reaching for the inner right thigh. But that's only if you're comfortable with wrapping this around. You don't have to. You can have both of those hands on the floor. But remember, whatever you're doing on this side, you want to match it to the other side as well. So just remembering what you're doing and breathing this here. Such a good stretch for the shoulder, for the lats. Big back muscles here. Good. Let's bring ourselves back up onto all fours. Cat and cow again. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Flatten through that back. Let's take our left arm up. Left arm lifts. Let's thread the needle through. Temple on the floor. Both palms on the floor. Or if you wrapped on the other side, you're going to try and wrap, or it's called binding. You're going to try and bind that arm around. So whatever you did on the other side, try and match it on this side and breathe. Stretching so good through that shoulder, through that back. And that tail is lifted, so your glutes are lifted, so that is good as well.
Head is lower than the heart here. So this is like a baby inversion right here. This is a little bit inversion. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up onto all fours. Cat and cow once again. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Good, let's go into that balance. So we'll take ourselves into our bird dog. Let's lift our right leg up, flex through that foot, reach through left arm, if that's available to you. You might just be having your leg up. We've got that lengthened and lifted. Elbow to knee, 6 times right here. So let's bring this in for 6 and extend. Here's 5 and extend. Here's 4 and extend. 3 and extend. It's 2 and extend. And last 1 and extend. Good. Release the arm. Release the leg. Let's take it to the other side. Lift that left leg, right arm. So finding that bird dog balance right here. And if it's just the leg, again, just the leg, let's bring elbow to knee 6 times. Bring this in for 6 and extend. Here's 5 and extend. Here's 4 and extend. Here's 3 and extend. It's 2 and extend. And last 1, hold this extension. Good. Release that arm, release that leg, child's pose. Take those glutes back towards those heels. Oh yeah. And lengthen through those arms. So we've got this extended child's pose. Your knees can be apart or together, just whatever feels best for you. My knees are kind of apart today. My toes are together. So again, whatever feels best for your hips or for the rest of your body. If you've got tight hip flexors or tight glutes, maybe your glutes aren't nearly close to your heels at all. That's okay. Let's look towards those hands. Walk our hands over to the right. Take that left hand, place it right on top of that right hand. And our left glute goes to that left heel so that we can stretch through that left side of the body. Woo. Goodness gracious. And then let's walk those hands over to the left. Right hand's going to go on top of that left hand. And now right glute goes to that right heel. Stretching through the right side of the body. Boy. And breathe. Good. Let's bring ourselves up onto our knees, face the front. We're going to go into gate pose and modified half moon pose. Let's take our right leg off to the side. So right leg is off to the side, toe is either to the front or off to the side, whatever feels best for you. Gate pose here, lengthening up through this. If you need support underneath your knee, feel free to put a blanket or a pillow there. Reaching up through this, we're going to drop that left hand down towards the floor. And this may be where you want to be for this next part. So this can be your modified half moon. If you want to work on that balance, you can begin to bring that leg up and work on this half moon right here, even more half moon. Maybe your hip will cramp, maybe you won't. I'm talking myself through it. Don't cramp, don't cramp, don't cramp. Breathe yourself through it. Inhaling and exhaling. This is such a good balance, such a good strengthening pose right here. Very nice. Let's go ahead and drop that leg back down and then reach over. So we are reaching over to the right. Very nice. Good. And then let's go ahead and release that. We'll take it to the other side. So now our left leg is off to the side. We find our gate pose right here. So reaching up through that gate pose, very strong. Toe is either to the front or to the side so that ankle is neutral. And we find ourselves down right here in this modified half moon. This may be where you're going to go today, or you're going to work on that balance. Whatever you were doing on that other leg, other side, that's what you'll be doing on this side. So working on that balance on this side as well. We want that matched and equal on both sides. So we've got this nice
Modified half moon right here and breathe. Good, release that leg down, reach that over. And then release that. Very good. Place your blocks where you want them for our sun salutations, because we're getting there, I promise. And we're taking ourselves to all fours. Curl our toes under. We're going into our first downward facing dog right here. Let's lift our tails to the sky, keep our knees bent. Let's stretch through our spine first here. So we're lengthening through our arms, lengthening through our spine, stretching through that. And our knees are bent. Now we are going to begin to straighten through those legs. So pedaling our heels, pedaling our feet towards the floor. Straightening through those legs, waking up those calves, waking up those Achilles tendons in our ankles and feet. Just waking that up. And find a little stillness here in this downward facing dog. Maybe your down dog is a wide down dog, where your feet are wide as the mat or wider. That can help get your heels towards the floor if that is your goal. Let's lift up on our toes. Our heels are high, and let's drop both of our heels over to one side. It's a good stretch for the ankles and the calves. And then let's lift this back to center, drop heels over to the other side. And then lift this back to center. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold, front edge of our mat will ragdoll once we get here. Letting our arms dangle, letting that upper body dangle as we are forward folded. Maybe nod that head or shake that head. Let's take opposite elbow with the opposite hand. Make a heavy frame for that head. So framing that, able to fold in half even more. Maybe you feel, I'm feeling this in my hamstrings and my calves for sure. It's a good stretch for sure, maybe in the low back as well. Good, release those arms. And if you are using blocks, we've got our hands on our blocks now. We're nice and close to those blocks. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around the chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Right foot's going to stay forward. Left foot's going to go back into a lunge. Left hand is on your block or on the floor or a chair or whatever is helping you here. We are in this nice lunge. And we've got a spinal twist open to the right. Good. Breathing this here. Nice strong spinal twist. And bring this back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot into a top of plank. Strong top of plank here. Shift our weight forward. Drop the fronts of the knees. Uncurl our toes. Heart goes down to the floor. Heart lifts up off of the floor, baby cobra. Curl our toes under. Lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Remembering that your down dog is your home base, your down dog or a child's pose. If you ever need to take a break or catch your breath, down dog or child's pose is where you can do that safely and then rejoin when you're ready. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold at the front edge of our mat. Good. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Left foot's going to stay forward. Right foot's going to go back into lunge. Right hand on the block or the floor. Spinal twist to the left. Woo. And breathe this here in this left side spinal twist, lunge. So many things going on here, so good. So strong that you are in this pose.
Good, bring this back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot. Top of plank. Shift our weight, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Maybe nod your head or shake your head. Or both. Walk those feet to meet the hands, standing forward fold. Let's do these sun salutations again on each side. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward. Left foot goes back into lunge. Left hand on the block or the floor. Spinal twist over to the right. Good. Breathe it here. Very nice. And release that. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. Shift that weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Let's walk those feet to meet those hands. Standing forward fold, front edge of our mat. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep this up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Left foot stays forward. Right foot goes back into lunge. Right hand on the block or the floor. Spinal twist to the left and breathe. And bring us to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Walk those feet to meet those hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, big mountain up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Both feet back, top of plank. Good, shift our weight. Drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, press downward facing dog. So we did that nice chaturanga there. And we're gonna move into our pigeon, full pigeon. So let's center our weight here. Center that weight. We're gonna lift our right leg up. So we've got a 3-leg down dog. Right leg is lifted. Let's bend at that knee and drop that heel over towards that left glute. So now we're opening that hip a little bit more, just getting that hip ready. Breathe it here. Good, bring that knee back to center. And let's sweep this knee through into a pigeon. Oh, it's tight. If you need to use a pillow, feel free to, or a blanket for that pigeon. You are on your hands, on your elbows, or all the way down on the floor for that full pigeon. Remember, whatever you do on this side, you want to do the same thing on the other side. Goodness gracious, I did not realize how tight I was in this pigeon today. And breathe. Maybe pigeon is super easy for you today. Maybe your joints are just like loving it. That's awesome. That is great. Or maybe you've got tightness today. Remember, every day is different. Every day. There are so many factors that go into making each day, each practice different. So it's nice to acknowledge that and kind of enjoy it and be curious about it. There's no judgment, no shame, nothing like that. It's all about like be in awe. I'm constantly in awe of the body and how the body works. Just breathing here. Good, pressing ourselves up. Let's go ahead and reach left hand back for left foot, kind of in a rooster right here. So now we're getting a quadriceps stretch as well. So front thigh stretch, reaching back for that foot. This is kind of what we do when we do dancer, when we're standing. We get that wonderful space and that good quadricep, that front thigh stretch. And then go ahead and release that. If you're sitting on something, you can move that out of the way because we're going to bring this back leg around. You can grab that back leg again. We're going to bring it around into pretzel. Of course, we've got to do it. We've got to do it because it's so good. But it's so painful, but it's so good. It's the comfortably uncomfortable one. If this is not available to you, you can be in simple cross leg because that is getting your hips just as well too. So trying to center that weight, trying to get both of those glutes to the floor. Honestly, my left glute is not touching the floor right now, and that is okay. Someday it will. It has before. Someday it will. Today it's not, and that's okay. We haven't done pretzel in a while. So if you are feeling very tight in your pretzel today, it's probably because we haven't done it in our practice. Maybe you do it all the time in your practice. So I don't know why your pretzel is tight if you do it all the time. Breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Again, so many factors go into it. Maybe you did a bike ride yesterday. Maybe you ran an extra mile yesterday. Maybe you did something different yesterday. Maybe you slept weird last night. All of those things go into this. All of those things make a difference. Good, let's take this top leg, take that back behind us, and let's press ourselves back up into our downward facing dog. So lift ourselves up, downward facing dog. Find a breath or two here in this down dog. Whew. And walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold. Big mountain pose here. So big deep inhale, sweep this up. And then exhale, dive it down and over. Both feet back, top of plank. We'll get that chaturanga in here. So let's go ahead and move this forward, drop to our knees, uncurl our toes. Chaturanga down, heart to the floor, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and let's breathe it here. We're going to prepare for pigeon on the other side. So let's center our weight here. Now we lift our left leg. Let's bend at that left knee and drop that left heel over towards that right glute. Oh, and if you get sinus pressure here, then welcome to my club today. I don't know where this came from. It wasn't on the other side, but all of a sudden it feels like somebody punched me in the face. This is good right here, and breathe it. Good, bring that knee back to center. And let's sweep this through. Take this into pigeon on this other side. And most likely, if you support on one side, you may need it on the other side. And I'm using it on both sides today. So on the hands, on the elbows are all the way down. Whatever you did on that other side, try and go on this side. And breathe. And if you're finding, like I'm finding right now, that my muscles are not wanting to release, try and get that breath even deeper. So try and make your breath, instead of making it shallower and shorter, because that's what you naturally want to do, try and go deeper. Try and fill up that belly and try and get that exhale as much as you can to release that. That can help with the tightness, the tension. Maybe your muscles are just like tensing up. It's okay. All right, let's bring ourselves halfway up. Let's reach that right hand back for that foot. We've got that nice rooster here, or quadriceps stretch, or seated dancer. It's kind of what it is. That's the Yeah, very similar. Good, and then if you're sitting on something, maybe move that out of the way. And then let's bring this back leg around into pretzel on this other side. And again, this glute isn't gonna go down either. So that's a comfort as well, knowing that both sides are equally tight today. So good. And let's breathe into this. Inhaling and exhaling. Using that breath. And again, like I said, if you're finding that things are tightening up and you're like, ah, instead of shortening that breath, which we naturally tend to go to, make that breath deeper and that exhale more, and that will release. That will help to smooth it out, will help release that. Use that breath. Oh, goodness gracious. Very nice. And let's go ahead and take this top leg, take that back behind us, press ourselves back up into this downward facing dog. Very good. Got this nice down dog. Breathe it here. Inhale and exhale. Take ourselves back into top of plank. So back into that nice strong top of plank here. Shift our weight forward. Drop the fronts of the knees. Uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down. Heart lifts up. Good. Curl our toes under, and we're just going to press back into a child's pose. Oh yeah, I love this one. Feels good, and it feels super good on the front of my ankles. Where are you feeling this at today, or at this moment? Not today, but just like right now. Maybe some little things got triggered while you were doing the pigeon or the pretzel, and you're like, wow, I feel new muscles now, feel different places, different things, different thoughts came to my mind. That happens too. Those are two very triggering poses, pigeon and pretzel, because they engage the low back and those hip flexors, and there's a lot of stress, long-term stress that's held in our hips and in our backs. Good, hands go right by those knees, press ourselves up, and let's take our legs underneath us. We're gonna take ourselves onto our backs and move into our final relaxation. So grab whatever you need for final relaxation. If you use an eye pillow, regular pillow, blanket, grab that. Let's go ahead and take ourselves onto our backs. Oh, very nice. And let's lengthen through our legs towards one end of the room and reach through our fingers towards the other end. And you can put that eye pillow over your eyes and enjoy the heaviness and the darkness that that brings. And maybe you have a smelly one, maybe yours isn't smelly. Smelly as in a good smell. Smelly as in like lavender, or there's other like chamomile or other smells too. But we are lengthening through our legs, we're reaching through our arms. Maybe you can imagine that you have just added 2 inches to your height here. Let's inhale it deeply here. And with an exhale, allow your body to become heavy, to sink. Let those feet just naturally fall open, settle open. Arms are open. Slowing everything down, slowing down that breath, slowing down those thoughts, quieting everything. You deserve this time. This is yours, and it's just a few moments. So you can tell yourself, I can put this down, and then I can pick all those thoughts back up when I'm done. And it's just going to be a few moments here. So relax, quieting everything, slowing everything, and breathe.
Still relaxing, staying in your relaxation. Let's bend our knees and maybe tuck that tailbone under so that possibly your back can flatten a little bit against the floor. That may not happen, it's okay. We're just changing the lever of the body. We're just bending those knees, flattening through that spine. Still breathing, still slowing everything down, still quiet. And let's drop both of those knees over to your most comfortable side. Take yourself onto your side for a breath or two here in the fetal position. Relax and breathe. And nice and slow, taking your time, bring yourself up into a seated position that feels strong, that feels supportive for you. Maybe it's kneeling, maybe you're back in that simple cross leg, maybe you're going to a chair, or maybe you're going to your couch, but whatever feels strong and supportive for you, bringing yourself back to the present. Let's lengthen up through our spine, strong body, strong and lengthened and strengthened. Let's inhale and sweep those arms up. Bring hands together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center, take fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Deeply inhaling here. And a big cleansing exhale. And one more time, big deep inhale. And big cleansing exhale. And thank you for joining me in the practice today. Have a blessed rest of your day.